Good afternoon. Thank you for joining today's webinar, Lightspeed Trader 101, the intro to the platform, the Lightspeed Trader platform. My name is Rob Lipson. I am the Senior Sales Associate here at Lightspeed Trading. We're happy to offer these type of webinars to provide a forum for you to ask some questions and for us to explain some of the features and functions of the software and just give a little bit more detail on some of the features that you have questions with or that you just may not know fully of all the features. So we try to provide this every so often, a Lightspeed Trader 101 for the platform, to just cover a lot of the different aspects of the Lightspeed Trader platform and what it can offer you. We do have a full series of webinars that we provide. We list a lot on our website at one time. You could go to the resources page on the webinars. You can see any of the ones you can register for right now. We have a couple pending, one the end of April, one the beginning of May, and you can view all of the past webinars as well. We historically list all of the recordings, and you're able to view our entire webinar archive. It's a really great way to view a lot of the different topics we cover. Some of them are for platform, some of them are for strategy, some of them are for trader mindset, so there's a range of topics. Before we get started, I just have to do my quick disclosures here. This presentation is for educational purposes only. This is not to be considered any type of investment advice, guidance, no way to be considered as advice to buy, sell, or hold any particular security that we're displaying here. This is simply for educational purposes, not for any type of guidance. The day trading can be risky. Please be aware of the various risks associated with day trading, especially day trading on margin. You should make sure that you're suitable to take on these risks, that you're aware of the costs and the potential losses that can incur, especially in a margin account. Could be more than what your account value is. We do list all these disclosures on our website at the bottom. If you go into our disclosures here at the bottom, you can see all the risk disclosure statements and all the margin information as well. So you should certainly review these disclosures and make sure that trading is suitable for you. Okay, with that being said, feel free to write in questions as we go. I will try to get to them all. If not, you could always email at a later time as well, sales@lightspeed.com, sales@lightspeed.com for new account related questions, service@lightspeed.com for account service questions, and you could always call us at any time as well. So let's get started here. Here is the Lightspeed Trader platform. This is a basic layout that we provide. You can always default back to the original layout here. If you go into the main index bar and go to load predefined layout, this is the equities layout. We prepared this webinar to assist you in getting acclimated to our lightning fast features, the fully customizable trading platform. Lightspeed Trader includes many user configurable settings and features that we encourage you to explore. So we just want to provide this for you. You can set up your layouts in many different ways. Excuse me, sorry about that. You're able to create new pages from the new menu here. If I add a new page, I can start over from scratch. The new menu is where I can select any window to open up as a new selection. If I want a new level 2, I can select that. If I want a new chart, simple as doing that as well. And any of the other windows here, I just simply have to select new and I'm able to open a new one. If I want to go back to my original home page, I can switch that, and there's a lot of different pages that you can configure. If you like one chart very much, if I right click on it, I can lock it. I can then go into my adding a new page, and you can see this one particular chart will stay locked, and I can build that onto my next page. So a lot of the features are based off of the menus. you can click on the gear on any particular window to access the configuration menu for that particular window. Or if you go into utilities, the configuration settings, this will bring you to the default design menu, but each tab will bring you to a different feature for the different settings, whether they're alerts, custom orders, hotkeys for your keyboard, or the windows is where you can specify settings for each particular window. So like I said, here's a chart. If I do it here, that's going to bring me to the chart setting. If I go to my level 2, each gear configuration setting will be for the appropriate settings menu for that window that you're selecting, but you can always access any other window as well. You could always save your layout or load predefined layouts by the layout menu. You can load any saved or save a layout, so make sure you save it to your computer. We do save your layouts when you log out to our servers, but that is only if you save them, and that would be your last layout will be the one that we save. If you create 5 different layouts on the day, you would want to save them to your computer so you can load them. Okay, so I'm going to go over a lot of the different windows here, the basics, and then I'll try to expand, and then we can get into some questions, but certainly feel free to ask some questions along the way. I'll try to, if they fit in with the topic as I'm going, I'll try to mix it in. If not, I'll certainly circle back to it. So as I was referencing, this is your main toolbar. You can click and drag the entire Windows program here by, oops, sorry about that. Click and drag it to move the entire program, or I can just click and drag any particular window and move that over. You can move that to a new screen. You go up to 6 different monitors you're able to open windows for, so you can really expand your charts. If you want a whole chart to take up a window, a monitor, you can do so. You can, this is the Lightspeed Trader platform and the standard equities layout here. This is just the basic layout from the equities layout here. So with your main toolbar, you can go into, like I said, new pages. You can do your new menu with any new window here. You can do your layouts. You can view what windows are open. You can access your help manual, and you can go into your configuration settings. The main toolbar will give you some information pertinent to general market conditions, such as the Dow Jones here. You can see your MP&L. You can put in different indices, so you can also have your pending positions or pending orders displayed. And this is where, as I said, you can exit and save your settings as well. Then you can see here below we have our orders window. This window is for viewing all orders. Green orders are complete, yellow are partial, white are pending open, red are canceled. You could filter this window to display specific activity, such as open and executed orders, by clicking on, right-clicking, going to your settings, or clicking on your gear here. If I go to my display, I could show canceled orders only, executed orders, or active orders, and you could change your colors for your order displays, but these would be the defaults. So you could have multiple orders windows, one to show active orders, one to show canceled orders. And the messages window builds off of the orders windows as well. This will display when your connections are solid and up and running. So you could see here, it shows my connection to the executor and quote servers are okay. It's going to tell me now it's the extended session. This is also going to display if I have any rejected orders or any other fills or orders coming in. They will all be sending through the messages window, or if our trade desk has to alert you of any status, that will come through the messages window as well. If you save a chart to a a particular layout to a chart, you can then open it up in another layout. That chart will be saved with your layouts. If you want to look up certain indicators or symbols, that is accessed through the login through your Lightspeed website. You could log into the Lightspeed website and go into your software manual or the download guides, and you could access all symbols and indice symbols and other types of information through logging into the Lightspeed website. Then we have your order entry window below here. You can see you would put in your symbol, the amount of shares, the price, the order market destination here, the market order, market destination, excuse me, then a limit order here. You could decide whether you want it hidden or visible. You could see your bid and ask here as well. So if I simply hit the buy button here, you can see I get a rejection here. This was not the right selection to send the order to. LSPT does not operate after hours, and that showed up in my messages window. I select that to ARCA. We could see right away that order goes in my messages window, buying 100 shares. Then that position was opening 100, 116, spot 84. We could see my order turn green, 100 out of 100 filled, and that is my position here in my positions window. GLD 100 shares, that is my price, my cost basis currently. It has not changed. Now if I wanted to sell it, put a limit out there at a higher rate, I put the order. You can see this is now a pending open order in white, 117.01, 0 out of 100. So this is my pending order in white, 0 out of 100. You can modify or cancel these orders. If you modify, it will ask you to change the price here. You can do that. There's no charge for canceling or modifying an order. So you can see it's a cancel replace there, and then that will put it at a higher rate. Or I could simply increase or decrease this by the menu here. If I want to increase it by 1 penny, same thing, cancel replace. I also have a cancel X on the right side of my orders. That will cancel the order as well. You can control where certain orders pop up here. Let's show you. If I sell it, I want to modify. If I move that over, I'm going to cancel it, and I'll try it again. Oops. So maybe I'm not able to move that. It's going to show up there wherever that pops up. Okay, the next window here is the level 2 window. You can see I just have to type in a symbol here, spider, and you can see this shows me the bids and offers of each market participant, the price at which they're offering, and the share size as well. I'll go into some other advanced order entry types and custom orders in a little bit here. You can see the market. I can easily just click on a price. That's going to populate my price fields, 46 or 48. If I purchase, that will go in instantly here. You can see on my level 2, it now shows I have 100 shares, 206.46. The level 2 window, you can see there's an indicator on the right side, 25%. That is my margin requirement. Now I'm on a demo, so it's not going to update completely as a live one would, but that is where you can view your margin requirements. Also, the short sale availability. If this indicator is a green E, that means the stock is easy to borrow and you could enter in a short sale order. If it's a yellow L, that means a locate is necessary and you would have to email our trade desk for shorts. If you get an allocation, you would see it in your messages window. You are able to enter odd lot orders. That is available. Just have to type in the shares, enter that in there. On the level 2, I just have to right click. I could go into my settings menu here. This is where I can display a lot of different features. I can integrate direct quotes if I have additional depth of book data. You can change your design to show your margin requirements, your borrowable indicator. Here you can display your prints, your layout. You can put specific level 1 fields here. If I want to add the tier size, change percentage, I just have to simply click. So if I wanted to put in the just for example the bid and the ask, I hit OK. You can see I add 2 other data columns to my level 2 window here. Someone quickly asked why do I put the cancel on the orders window. There is a setting here in my trading menu. You would have to go in your cancels here. So this is in your trading selection, your cancels, cancel buttons in orders window. So if I took that away, that would take away that X here for that simple cancel. I'd have to right click. But if I go back to my cancels, cancel button, that will add that type of asterisk to my cancel so I could easily cancel the order with just a 1 click. Also on your level 2, if I right click, I could add alert. I'm able to set specific price alerts here. If the last price is equal to the field that I select, I could play a sound, I could have it expire and go. So this added to my alerts. If that alert does happen, it's going to pop up. So once again, it's easy, just right click. If the last price is that, I hit yes. You can see my alert happens. So that would be the indicator. So you can set a lot of different price alerts on the level 2. You could also do it on your configuration menu. If I go to alerts here, you can see this was my previous one, the SPY. But if I put in Apple, I can do it by volume or not. If 5,000 shares occurs, I can add it and hit OK. And there you go. My price or volume alert pops up right away. So in your positions window, as I said, you can display open or closed positions. So if I close this position here, you can see that it shows highlighted gray, so that's a closed position. Position is 0. I actually bought and sold at the same price, so there's no P&L there. So you can see your open and closed positions. If I go to my position settings, this is where you can add any available column that we have intraday mark P&L. You can add your estimated dollar amount. You could put in different changes if you wanted to scan as well. You could do this with your watch list, percentage change, gap opens from the open, your gap bid ask, your primary gaps. All these columns you can add to your from your available columns to view additional data. You could also summarize your positions, summarize your P&L, so that's easily able to as well. Someone has a question about linking, so I can quickly show that. All the orders windows link to a level 2 window. So if I have a level 2 window, I can right click on my chart to select to link to quote window Apple. Now it's a specific area you have to select. Now if I wanted to link my watch list to the watch list will always link to whatever level 2 window that you have configured. So if I click on this one, that's the one it's going to link. If I click on the top one, that's the one it's going to link to as well. If I wanted to switch my chart to a different window to link, instead of the quote window C, I could switch it to quote window QQQ, and then that will update as well. Same thing with your order entry. I could select which quote window I want to link it to. So if this is my highlighted window, I select Facebook, my level 2 window, my chart, and my order entry will all link together. So if someone has specific questions about the linking and they are confused with that, you certainly could email or call us and we're happy to help you. Certain windows do link and certain ones only link to active windows like the watch list. So that may be the reason why it's not linking for you here. You could view a watch list here. You could add new symbols very easily. You just have to type in a new symbol. And you can see it pops in here as well. If I click on my settings, this is where I can add new symbols as well. I can show different data columns here as well. I could add any of the available features here, highs and lows, bid ask. So I could configure my watch list to have a lot of different data coming out here. So it's a really nice way to keep track, see what's moving, what has higher bids or offers, different volume, highs and lows, whatever data you feel is necessary, then you would add that to it. Next to it, I have my account summary window. You have your mark P&L, open or close P&L here, my open positions, your buying power, your equity in the account. So this is really just going to show you all the account information. Same thing, if I right click, go to my settings, I could add additional information here as well. So then you could change some colors here as well. So everything runs through these configuration settings. Okay, down to the chart here. Yep, Jose, I'm going to get into the hotkeys and hot buttons next, so just hang with me here. The chart, I would right-click. I'd go into the chart parameters to set any particular time frame. 1 minute chart here, 5 minute chart, it would easily switch. If I want to add a new tab, I would just select add, and you can see now I have a new tab on the bottom of my chart. I could easily flip from a 1 minute to a 5 minute chart. If I right click, I go to studies. This is going to display all the different indicators and studies that I can add to my chart, including moving averages, Bollinger Bands, trend lines, pivot lines. I just simply have to click on a study, select my parameter, hit add, and OK. And you can see now I added a 20-period simple moving average very easily. I could also set right-click, go to trading. I could show active orders or executions here. So if I want to put an open order, I can now display this on the chart. You can see it's a green line. I could click and drag this line to modify up or down. If I want to cancel, replace it, I get the order here. So now it's at 11:25. If I put it back up, I get filled. You can see it plots a point here on the chart that will indicate that where my execution was filled, green for buying, red for selling. So you can do that through the charting here. You can open multiple charts at once. Just have to right click, go to it. If you go to your studies here, or settings, the charts only do provide one symbol at a time, but you can have multiple studies and multiple charts open here. So they're not going to overlay other symbols on there. Whatever time frame you're selected to, it will have a certain period back that you can access. So whatever the restriction would be, that's going to be what's available. So certain charts can have certain time frames back, certain months back. So an intraday chart, a daily chart, you can go back a certain amount of days. I could also take my scroll mouse on the chart. I can zoom in or zoom out simply by scrolling. I could also right click, go to zoom, select the time period I want to zoom in, and that will zoom in on the chart as well. So don't forget, after any changes you make, you want to save your layout here as well. Okay, so now let's get into some of the hotkeys and hot button and custom orders. So your hot button window, I have a basic one here. You can access it through the new menu, go to hot buttons. You can open up more than one. If I click on my settings menu, this is where I could select from a predefined list of orders: ARCA bid tier, ARCA sell, buy market, sell market, closeout positions. I could have my buy market closeout, sell market closeout, close out my entire position. All of these predefined orders can be added as hot buttons. I could increase, decrease orders. I could close out percentage of orders here. So for example, I could close out all my positions. I could close out half of my positions, close out 25% of my position, close out half of the position. So you can see, I'll just put a couple, I'll add there, close out all, close out half, close out long, close out short. Now some of these might be set up for the LSPT route, so they might not all work during after hours, but that's where you would do it. If I wanted a ARCA sell market closeout, ARCA buy market closeout, I could just add those as well. And then I could also change any colors if I wanted to. I could just make that red. So you can change any of those as well. So I have two long positions. If I have my ARCA sell closeout full, you can see immediately that sells the 100 shares. Now if I bought $300 shares here and I put my order form to 1, my hot button is going to override my order form and submit the order. So I have my sell market closeout. You can see that's sold 300 shares regardless of what my order entry form. So I can easily just buy and sell orders. So these are configured to LSPT, but you can see how I can buy 100 shares very easily, buy another 100, so I have 200, and then close the whole thing out all without really doing much. I could simply, there's my other alert, I could simply set up my hot buttons for very fast order entry. You can set your defaults for your trading menus. If I go into my windows here, I want to go into my order entry form and set my market to default to ARCA. On my mouse, there's a couple different ones. If you select a quote window, you want to select it from when you log in, your mouse, and your quotes. Once you set all those to ARCA, then you will always be defaulted. You could also set your default quantity as well and other default settings here. So you can see now my default is ARCA. I select back to SPY, ARCA is my default. Now any of these hot buttons you could also do as hotkeys. So if you go into your keyboard, you can take any order that's predefined as well. ARCA sell closeout, shift 1, ARCA buy closeout, shift 2. I hit OK. So if I just do it on my keyboard, you can see how fast of the order entry I could do. I can buy or sell as quickly as I can hit the orders. A couple questions about options. John, I'll get to that next. That will be my next subject, so hang in there. I'll try to get to those. So you can see the keyboard, you're allowed to set any hot button or predefined order on your keyboard, but you can also, one of the very nice things would be the custom orders. The custom order you can really define in a lot of different ways. I select create a new, I can buy or sell, I could put whatever market I want, I could put a bid or ask or a market or a through amount, plus 05, then I could do a specific closeout quantity, full, half, quarter position up to a tier, or I could designate a specific quantity and I can map it to my hot button, or I can map it as a hot key. So you can see right away 400 shares went in according to my hotkey for my custom order. It went in 5 cents above the bid. So right now the bid is 35. My order is going to go in you can see 400 shares went in at 40 cents, 5 cents above the bid according to my hot button, my custom order. Now you could also set custom orders. You can do for your hot buttons, if you want, you can do stop orders as well. That is available. So you can see here I have my tier size, stop bid, stop offer, stop limit. So I can create that here as well. There's also order pop-ups which you can do. If I go to my order pop-up here, stop bid tier, you can see this order pops up here, and I could easily change my stop price. I could change the amount of shares with my keyboard. So this is known as an order pop-up. You could convert any hotkey or hot button as a pop-up order. So when you're ready to place it, simply have to hit the buy button. If I'm not ready, if I want to cancel it, I simply hit the escape button. But it's a way to queue up orders and able to modify them, either the price, the order destination, or the share size before you're placing your order. So people who like to use their keyboard for placing orders, this is what you would use that for. So Jason, I don't know if that's what you were referring to when you were changing with a pop-up order, or were you doing something else here? You can use the mouse, the keyboard to change your price as well if you just have that highlighted. So that is possible. The scroll wheel, I don't believe the scroll will adjust the price. You can see here pop-up orders. This would where you can set your price and share size controls. And scrolls, it wouldn't be with the mouse. It would have to be with the keyboard here. Cal asks, when you use hot button keys, how do you switch from what security the hot buttons keys are trading? If you have positions in Apple and Facebook, how do you switch? Good question. You'd have to highlight the position here and then place your order. So I will close that out here, then I'd have to select the SPY and close that out. There may be other ways. Honestly, I probably would have to look at that a little further. So Cal, if you'd like to get back to me on that, I could check that out for you. Okay, also just quickly here, your custom orders. A lot of people ask about stop and trailing stop orders. You would do that in your new commands. Your type is your stop. You would create new command. This is where you can select between a stop or a trailing stop order. And what you do on your custom order is you're selecting what order you want to trigger once your stop price is reached or your trail amount is reached. So here I would have, you can have custom orders triggered, you can have closeout orders triggered. So all that is available. So I could have my edge sell closeout trailing stop order. I can map it. So I have a trail amount here. I would just have to place that in. That goes in here now, 206.31. You can see was 5 cents below the last trade. As the stock moves up in my favor, my stop will adjust and move up as well. If the stock goes down, my stop price will stay firm and will trigger upon the stop price being reached. So that's how you do a trailing stop order here. If people need more explanation, this is a very quick overview. I understand. Feel free to call me. We could do a walkthrough. I just wanted to show you it is possible. And the more you get familiar with how you set up your hotkeys, your hot buttons, and your custom orders, you will start to really get a feel of doing that. Now you can also set up a lot of advanced strategy routes and strategy routes orders as well. It's a little bit more advanced, so I'm not going to cover that here, but you do have all this available in your Lightspeed manual. So if I look for night algos, dark pool access, all this is available in your order entry, and everything here is listed in the Lightspeed manual. So if I want to learn more about the Lightspeed dark routes or the night routes, how to configure them, that's all available in your guide. And what really it is creating a custom order routing to those particular strategy algo routes. So you would select the market would be night, the contra would be the night fan, and we could see the night fan sweeps and posts orders in displayed and non-displayed venues. So it's a way to access some certain liquidity venues and dark pool routes, and we offer a lot of these routes. So if you're not aware of them, thumb through the Lightspeed manual. Certainly give us a call. We'd be happy to go over some of those with you as well. Okay, now I promised John we'd do a little bit of options here. So I'm going to go to my option chain for spiders. I'm going to go through my new menu. I have the complex order entry is where you would enter for option spreads. So I guess he wanted to do a diagonal call spread. What you can do is if you highlight one order, you can right click, you could add this to the COE, the complex option form. So if I'm buying this or selling this, if I wanted to do a different month, I could show more than one month here. I could show all dates. So if you wanted to do diagonal, you were looking to do a different month and a different strike, I guess you can just right click. You could add this one in there as well. You have your call and your put, or it could be two calls here. You can buy or sell. You can adjust whether you're buying or you're selling here. And you get your confirmation. You're buying one SPY April 8 call, selling one SPY 207 call. So you hit yes, and you can see this would go in here as a credit spread. But you can highlight two specific contracts. If I right click, add option strategy, debit or credit spread. So it's going to tell me I'm going to receive the $35 on this order. And I can adjust it if I wanted to have a higher spread, if I want the spread to widen or narrow, and change any parameters here before I place the order. So, and then I get my confirmation, tells me debit or credit, and credit spread, 42-cent spread, and that's how you would enter the complex. You can also, great, John. You could also just right click and open selected in an option level 2 window if you need your order ticket available, but you can just enter a single leg order at a time through your option level 2. And you can see, get my confirmation buying one here, but I could also just purchase single legs as well from my complex option. Or maybe that wouldn't go in. So you do your singles from your level 2 window and your spreads from your complex. And you can see on the complex, you can do a covered call here as well. So I could buy the 100 shares and sell the one call all at the same time. You can see I also have other strategies available: covered puts, debit credit spread, long straddles, strangles, butterflies, calendar spreads. So that all can be entered in there, and you can do up to 3 or 4 legs on here as well. So you can do other strategies as well. Yes, there's a lot. David asked how I could change a live order with only 1 or 2 clicks. Now, there are a lot of keys or orders you can do. So if I look and go into my miscellaneous size orders, if I want to increase or decrease by 5 or 10 or 1 cent, I could do that. Increase order 1 nickel, I will add as a hot button. So I have an open order here in Spider. If I want to increase order, oh, that actually did it on my level 2, my order form. Sorry about that, but there are functions where you can modify orders. It is possible. I don't know if the demo is not accepting that type of order, but you definitely can change those. Sorry about that. Another nice feature here of the platform, Not everyone wouldn't be aware, but we do have a scanner that is available. It's called the Light Scan. You can enable that if you request it. It'll give you a full scanning option. I don't have it enabled on this demo, but it is available. You can also look at your block trade scanner. You could filter out any large trades from the exchanges. I go to my filters here. You can set a max or min share size and what markets you want to view. We do have a whole webinar on how to read this type of block trades to see where these trades are printing. We also have the ticker alert, and we have the risers and fallers as well. You can also view the order imbalances, help you know where the buying and selling imbalances are. So there's a lot of different scans here as well. Risers and fallers, I could see what's up or down on the day. I could see DWTI fell quite a bit, and I could quickly bring that up and trade that if I'd like. Yep, David, you can set your orders to buying the bid or offer with hotkeys, hot buttons, any custom orders. So you can just do that. You can have buying at the bid, buying with a through amount at the bid, all types of custom orders you can configure there. And then that's also a good thing about the order pop-ups. You can so when you have this here, if you know you're kind of chasing something, you just have to simply adjust it quickly with your keyboard and enter that type of order in. There's also various risk controls or warnings you can set here on your trading. If you go into your confirms, you can just confirm any new order, canceled order, option orders. You can have warning set if you have prices too high, too large, position size you don't want to exceed, so you can put your own risk settings on, or you can instruct our trade desk to put various risk settings on the account as well. So you could always send us a request to enable certain settings. Jason, you would need two separate orders for that. You would have to put a trailing stop and then a profit. There is a setting here, though, if you go into your trading and your cancels, cancel pending orders on position close. So if one of your orders filled, the profit order, it would cancel the other pending order, so you wouldn't get filled twice there. So that's what this function would be the cancel pending orders. So it's similar to an OCO functionality, even though you place the orders separate. So there is a lot of features and functions of the software. The menu is quite large. And I've been using this for a while now, and I still learn new things. We're always adding new things, so there's always a lot to learn. There's always a lot to experiment with. So, always feel free to contact us if you have questions about any of the various settings here. So I hope this kind of gave everyone a glimpse of how to use the software and the different features that we do offer here. There's a lot more I could get into. We just really don't have the time for everything. So if someone does have a couple other questions, I could try to get to it now. If not, feel free to always email us, or you can email at sales@lightspeed.com if you're looking to request a demo or open up a new account, or if you have questions. service@lightspeed.com to the general service desk as well. A tier size you can change on your level 2. So you see here, currently it's a 100. If I change that to a 500, I could change my tier size. And certain orders can be based off of tier size. So you can see now this is bidding 500. If I change this tier size to 1,000, now my order will be bid 1,000. So certain orders will go off of tier size, certain orders would go off of set sizes. Here we go. David, that replaced that order. I guess it needed to be reset one time, so you can see this order is at 23. If I want to replace it with up to 28, I could do that with my increase decrease button, and I could take away my confirms as well, so that order would go right in. I wish that happened earlier, but you could see it is possible any of those type of orders to go in. So once again, I have 28. I'm going to increase it, and you can see 159.33. So right away, I have that order change. Yep, Steve, like the stock market, you're always learning, you're always growing. Thanks, everyone. We have videos of all these demos here, and other demonstrations and other webinars are all available on the Lightspeed website. So you have a lot of saved material that you can use to help. Looking to generate trade reports, you can do that through the Lightspeed website and your trade activity reports. You can also just take any of your fills on the day. If I right click, I can save to file, and I could save my orders as a text file. So you can then filter and modify your orders here. Yep, Saravana, there are videos explaining a lot of different features and everything, so that is on the website. So you have your product tutorials on the website, the Lightspeed Trader, and there's also other platform webinars as well here on our webinar archive. So just go to the website for any of the resources here, and of course the support. You can call us or email us here. You can use our contact form as well. You can see our phone number, international, US, contact us. Feel free to ask us any questions on the webinar here, any information or anything else regarding your account, or if you're looking to open up a new account with Lightspeed. So I thank you guys very much for attending. Please look out for some of our future webinars. We have a couple listed here. April 28th, rifle charts, May 4th, iconicdaytrading.com methodology. So just register for those and look out for future webinars as well. Thank you very much.